What did you say? Say that again, please.
Kosovo, Srbiju.
No. Slowly. Kosovo, yeah.
Kosovo, yeah. Srbiju.
Like, share, subscribe. Dobrodošli u After. Uskoro najslušaniji i najinspirativniji podcast na Balkanu i šire. Moje ime je Nikolić Marko i ja sam vaš domaćin. Danas pravimo jednu, da kažem, spletku. Radimo nešto novo i pokušavam da improvizujem s nečim. Nadam se da će vam se dopasti, da neće biti toliko loše koliko sam ja zamislio i nadam se da će biti dobro koliko sam ja zamislio. Moj današnji gost je a very special guest. That's right, today's episode is in English. But first, molim te, za moju publiku i za naše gledalce, if you can introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about yourself in Serbian, please. No pressure.
Zdravo svima, ja sam Ashton Heard, ja igram američki futbol. Drago mi.
You see that? Bravo, my man, bravo. Bravo. I'm proud of you, man, Ash. It was my pleasure to bring you here to the show. I know you traveled long and far to be in Serbia, that your journey took you here eventually. Now you're playing American football, or I'm going to say you used to play American football for Wild Boars Kragujevac. Mm-hmm. I'm going to use this opportunity to say big shout out to our Wild Boars, one of the best football players, actually the best football player state-wise, national-wide. We're talking like Balkan-wise, maybe, top somewhere in Europe. You guys are the best. A lot of things to work on. Don't let politics ruin you, but keep it up, boys. Keep it up. Definitely. Ashton, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Give me your upbringing. Talk about your life, man. Where was little Ash raised? What happened? Talk to me a little bit.
Well, I was born in Abbeville, South Carolina. Very small city. We only have, 5,000 people there. Mm-hmm. Very country. I live on the countryside. Great upbringing. Mom and dad was there in my life. Grandmother lives next door. Played all the sports growing up, basketball, football, baseball. No matter what, I just always had to be doing something.
Yeah, of course.
Made it to high school, baseball, football, ran some track. Season in, season out, doing something. Went to college, finished at North Greenville University. Mm-hmm. I tore my ACL my freshman year of college, my first year of college. Tore my ACL, recovered 100%. My first season back, became first team All-American. And found my way to play professionally overseas.
Okay.
My first season, I started in Copenhagen. That was 2019. Tore my ACL.
Again.
Oh,
shoes, bro. How's that? How? Was it that hard to play, or was it just like an old injury that's lingering?
No, it was just a freak accident, honestly.
Okay.
Playing on turf, mm-hmm. and I was in the transition of making a cut. I had a defender coming.
Right.
Foot just planted weird in the ground, and guy made contact, and my foot was planted weird, and just one of those type of things that 1 in a million, it doesn't happen.
But it cut you down for the whole season.
Took me out for the whole season. I was actually lucky to stay an extra 2 months. Normally when an issue like this happens, they send you straight back home. Mm-hmm. Because, there's nothing you can do for the club,
Hold on. So a club signs you.
Mm-hmm.
You play.
Mm-hmm.
You get injured.
Mm-hmm.
They cut you off.
Business is business. As far as insurance, I could have surgery there. They'll go through that process, of course. But after that, they gotta, as to speak, ship you back. But luckily I was able to stay because I had a great bond with the youth team. I was doing some private individual trainings with the youth. I had a nice bond with the youth program there. So they let me stay for an extra 2 months to finish the year with my kids that I was coaching. I was coaching 10U. So I was able to finish the year with them, go back home, and I had a surgeon back home who did my ACL surgery in college. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Dr. Geary. He stitched me up once again, and took me about a year process to bounce back.
Was it the same leg?
Different leg.
Oh,
both legs are
I'm not sure
bionic
which
now.
is better though. Like, would be worse on the same leg, but then at the same time, now both of your legs are.
Because you would still have, I don't know, but now both are bionic.
Ooh,
yeah. So boom, that was 2019, 2020. It was COVID year.
Yeah,
you know, so it wasn't any football all around,
right.
all around Europe. You know, seasons were postponed, canceled. No, everything was canceled in 2020. So it was a bad, you know, it was bad, but also it was a good. You know, it gave me time to heal. I wasn't missing anything,
right? Because
there wasn't any American football.
And just, you know, to put it in perspective for people who are watching and maybe don't understand, when we say football in Serbia, we mean soccer, right?
Yeah.
When we're talking about American football, not rugby. A lot of people be like, "Oh, you're playing rugby." I'm like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah.
Difference between rugby and American football is that rugby, they play without any protection.
That's true.
They just go straight on. They lose their teeth. They break their noses.
I respect the game.
It's crazy. Like, have you seen a game? You probably saw a game of rugby. People coming out like they just returned from Sparta, man. They just been to war with like Persia or something.
Absolutely.
But like American football, you got helmets, you got protective shoulder blades,
you
got protective armor. So you're pretty much not fully protected, but protected from impact.
And that's what makes the game that much more dangerous.
What do you mean?
That's
people let go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I got pads. I can go 2 times as fast.
Right.
But that does, trust me, those pads, you can still feel everything.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And you hit a wall. A wall is like a 250-pound guy just standing there in defense.
Yeah. So 2020, it wasn't any football. 2021 comes around, you know, and I'm 85, 90%, you know. And no, I was 90, 95%. And German leagues, because I wanted to, my idea was to go play in Germany once I graduated college.
Right.
Somehow that opportunity had passed up because of communication. Excuse me.
You're fine. But like what I wanted to say is you started in America and you could have played American football in the States.
Absolutely.
But you chose to travel. Your life, your journey took you know, across the ocean, and now you're here in Europe. Basically living your dream, man. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna say it's easy. Living your dream is not necessarily an easy life. Everybody's struggling, you know.
Yeah.
Especially in Balkans, bro. You gotta be working your ass off here just to survive. Especially have some kind of, you know, decent life. Yeah. But at the same time, you met a girl here. You fall in love, as I've heard.
Absolutely,
you're engaged to a Serbian woman. How's that going?
It's great. I love moju verenicu.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, everything's great. And met her pretty early on. I was maybe in Serbia for 2 months. 2 months, you know, training, getting ready for the season, and just sitting at the coffee shop.
And life said, ready, set, action.
Wasn't looking, you know, what I came to work, you know, and just fell into place.
Right.
So
2 years, how many years later?
2.5 years.
Wow.
2.5 years.
Do you guys plan a wedding soon or something? Or is that like,
that's the plan.
I'm not pushing anything. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Hey.
We plan working on the visa now. So we're planning a trip back to the States to spend time with the family.
She still hasn't been there with you?
No, not yet.
And she has a good communication with your family?
Oh, great. 'Cause she taught my mother more than I taught my mother.
There we go. So, there we go. And what about you and her family?
Oh, it's hand in hand.
They took you in?
Hand in hand. I call her parents Tata and Mama. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to say something controversial right now. And you're not going to judge me for it.
No, absolutely.
You know I'm not racist. I don't judge you based on your... I don't even see you have a different skin color, bro. For me, you're just a bro Ash. That's it. But if my... Like, we live in a country where there's no black people. Right? We got Slavs. We're not used to having so many people from outside of this country live here. We're just born and raised. There's 99% of Serbs. Serbs, Montenegrians, Croatians. But it's, you know, pretty much the same people. Now, when you see a black person, you're like... Wait, what? What is he doing here?
I do the same thing.
Exactly. So like, you see a black person in Serbia, you're like, wait, what?
What are you? I'm supposed to be the only one here.
I was supposed to be the only one here. Like, exactly.
Why are you here?
What are you doing? He's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Exactly. So if my sister, and I got a 20-year-old sister, if she brought home a guy who's black, and she told me it's her boyfriend and she's engaged, I would listen. I would take him to a nice coffee shop, to a nice, conversation with a guy, and I would be like, is it true? Is it true?
What's that?
Like, is it true, bro? You got to give me a response. Is it true, man? And then based on your response, we can go forward or we can just go backwards. I'd be like, listen, that's my little sister right there, bro. Like, you gotta be threading very, very, this is sensitive grounds right here, man.
Belly shred the water.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm just kidding, of course, but for the sakes of it, I would be a little bit surprised because we Serbs are raised differently. We are very judgmental, but when we get to meet you, we kind of, tend to let people in. So that's like the difference between us and maybe some other countries. We let you in and we embrace you. If we embrace you as a part of the family, bro, we go to war for you. Absolutely. But we're gonna judge you, man. Listen, you're gonna see some eyes on you when you walk down the street.
I've been there.
Exactly. So
still there, I'm used to it.
We got gypsies.
Yeah.
They are part of the country. There's a lot of them. And we don't even look at them differently. They're like us. I mean, I'm never looking at anybody differently. But if I see a black guy from, let's say, Africa, like black.
Yeah.
Microphone black. I'm like, shit, what did this guy do to wander up in Serbia? Like, what?
I wonder the same thing.
But then I'm thinking like, we take everything for granted, man. I got a roof over my head. I got 3-4 meals a day. I can eat sweets when I want to. I'm free to say my mind, speak up my mind, to go outside and play with kids and do my own bidding. So I take that shit for granted. Maybe these people don't have that back at home. So like, if they come to Serbia to have all of that, then how great of a country is this?
Yeah.
Some of these people, man, they got no food. They gotta struggle.
That's true, man.
I can't imagine somewhere in Africa or Sierra Leone or whatever, Nigeria, whatnot. People are going to mines every day, or they're kids doing some crazy shit so they can survive.
Yeah,
every day. You know the story about Francis Ngannou. It's like he was a world heavyweight UFC champion. The guy who was in some African country, I'm not sure which one. He was working in mines as a kid, so breathing in all that like sulfur and whatnot, getting all these poison gases inside of his body on a daily basis.
Wow. Just
so his family can have the meal for the day. And they would like go like a couple of miles, like 5-6 miles, just to get water and then bring it back home from a river. Now, keep in mind, you're drinking water from a river.
Yeah.
That's not clean.
Not even clean water that you take.
Exactly. So like, God knows what you're drinking, but these people are, living on it and they're fine. So if you take that body that is already used to all of that since day one, and you bring him to like test results, you will see that his body is more durable than anything you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So you bring him in a normal world and this guy becomes a champion. You teach him everything. Teach him how to box. Teach him how to kickbox. He's going to beat everybody's ass.
Just give him a firm foundation.
Exactly.
To apply.
Yeah. So back to the, story of black people wandering in Serbia. I don't know what you guys are doing here, but you're welcome here, man. You know it. You see everybody's welcoming you. We have a very interesting story how we met.
Yeah.
We discussed this on the way here. 2.5 years ago. There's a app in Serbia for ride sharing called BlaBlaCar.
BlaBlaCar.
Ako putujete negde u Srbiji, bilo gde, imate aplikaciju na telefonu BlaBlaCar, možete da postavite vašu vožnju i da istovremeno se povežete s putnicima na vašoj relaciji i da podelite troškove putovanja. Ne, this is not sponsored by BlaBlaCar. I'm just, speaking it out. I posted a ride, from Belgrade back to Kragujevac, and you added me. You wanted to, share a ride, and I'm like, sure. Wait, what? Ashton? Wait, what? We're in Serbia, right? Let me double check. What the hell? Okay, we got a stranger coming over. Stranger danger, right? The first thing. Then I'm like, this could be interesting.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, bro, can you pick me up at the airport? I'm like, sure. What time? He said, hey, my flight comes at, 2:30, whatever. Can you be there? I'm like, sure, I'll be there. So I come at the airport. I remember Belgrade, and
delayed.
Your flight got delayed by 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. Yeah. So I was like, what am I going to do for an hour? I mean, I'm just might as well go home. Why should I wait for one guy that I just met to share a ride with? But I'm like, it could be an opportunity to miss something great, right? If I don't pick up this guy, what if he's the most interesting guy? I never had an opportunity to talk to somebody from the States. Maybe he's awesome. Let me wait for him. So I Googled on the map to see what's nearby, and I saw Lidl. I went to Lidl to buy some donuts, and I'm just living my life.
Nice.
There's a song playing on the radio. Sun is outside. June. It's hot. I got my windows both rolled down. I'm sitting in my car eating my donuts, and I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling.
I remember.
I was careless. Then you landed. I was waiting for you in the tunnel. I went all the way down. I'm not sure if you passed by me and then we connected or something like that.
I passed by you. I didn't see you.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I mean, how would you see me? You don't know how I look. You saw my picture. But then not many black people passed me that day. So I was like, wait a second. He
passed.
Most likely passed. So I went back and I found you. We connected.
Yeah.
On the way back to Kragujevac, we stopped for coffee somewhere on a gas station. We talked a little bit. We got to know each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. We went our own different ways.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, this year, May, June, when I started going to the gym.
Park.
Teretana Park, Kragujevac.
Yep.
I saw you there. I'm like,
yeah.
Wait, what?
It's like, wow, Marko.
You're still here, bro. And then we reconnected, and I started seeing you more often. Then I met you like a month ago in Rodam. What was it? Krop. It's my favorite shop, man. It's my favorite shop. Krop ima najču garderobu u Srbiji. Svi ovi što pričaju Berške, Nike. Krop. Verujte mi, Krop garderoba is the best. They got such nice things for a guy who's still reinventing himself. Krop. And I saw him like, wait a second. This guy would be perfect for my podcast.
Man, I'm glad you told me.
Because we can have a show in Serbian and in English at the same time. We can hear a different story, how it feels like to be an American living in Serbia.
Yeah.
And then people were like, but how are you going to tell a story in English? Like, are you confident speaking English?
Oh, of course.
I'm like, bro, I've been playing Dota since like 2004. What do you mean? I've been online gaming for the past 20 years. Smooth criminal, So, and ever since. So you're here. And again, I cannot tell you how grateful I am that you're here.
Thanks, man.
And, we still got to touch that story. This is all just a big, big introduction.
Oh, nice.
Are you feeling comfortable? Is it kicking in? Yeah.
Dobar rakiju.
There we go. See, I love that.
Dobar
I love that. You're not shy, man,
no.
to speak out a little bit of Serbian. Can I call you Ash?
Yeah, of course.
Did you try catching them all, or what's the worst joke anybody ever made on your name?
I don't think I have one.
Nobody ever made a pun just like I did. Did you catch them all? Ash, catch them, Pokemon.
I'll say, are you Ashton Kutcher? Something like that. But that's still not.
Okay, because there's only one Ashton in the whole of America. Gotcha. So
right.
your name is not the name that you can connect to like any puns. Not really.
No,
not really.
No, not really. Not that I know of. No.
Okay, but you can make a cool nickname like BD Ash Bash, or something crazy. Okay. What's your favorite Serbian word?
Serbian word? Musak.
Oh, bro.
Najbolj.
But is it also your same food, or is it just the word?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. For all these people who are gonna, judge Serbian language as a language doesn't have many Serbian words. Like, we didn't really invent a lot of words. Maybe just a few, maybe just one. Maybe I know vampire, maybe something else. Wow. But when I say Serbian words, I mean the words that we use in Serbia. Musaka is related to like Turkey and, to their origins. Yeah. But again, let's use it as a Serbian word because you learned that in Serbia. Exactly. We use it. So musaka. What about food musaka?
I love musaka.
You guys don't have that back at home?
No.
Really?
I mean, in a way, we would call it like shepherd's pie, but I love moussaka. Yeah, volley.
So that's something you got to teach your mother, man. Listen, this is how you make moussaka. You take potatoes and mincemeat and
I'm thinking about it now, man.
Oh, man. We just ate, bro. Come on.
I know it.
All right, man. So tell me, you are right now living in Serbia or living?
Yeah, I'm currently
What's your
in
situation?
Serbia. Me and my fiance, we are in Raška.
Okay.
Yeah.
A very small city.
A very small city. They're just training, spending time with her family, and just waiting on a call for the 2024 season. So
okay. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. You don't have to reveal any information that you don't want to or feeling, not confident sharing. Again, nobody's forcing you into anything. Everything that you want to share or can share, feel free to do so. But I know how it comes to, contracts and stuff. If you share a little bit of details too much or talk about your previous contract, people, at least in America, can sue you or whatnot.
Right,
here, they're just going to gossip behind your back. But, I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, I'm fine. Let's just say you had a wonderful season in Wild Boars.
It was great.
You guys came. You guys were 10-0.
10-0.
10-0.
9 games played. 10 in total. One game was they forfeited.
Okay.
So, but
was it before it even started, or?
Yeah, before it even started.
So maybe injuries or something.
Yeah. So 9 games played, 10 games in total, but 10-0. Still 10-0.
And you played 9 games and scored 22 touchdowns. Yeah. Cheers to that, man. Cheers to that, bro.
Živeli.
MVP of the season. Živeli, brate. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. Dunja. Quins.
Dobro rakiju.
So, 9 games, 22 touchdowns, and you were declared the MVP of the whole season.
MVP for the second year.
2 years in a row MVP.
Bilo Nemačka MVP, Tamo.
Okay. So you were in Germany MVP as well. Man, what you doing, bro?
2 years, so back to back.
So now I
consistent.
I always ask a question to the people who come here, and I try to ask them the same question. What would have happened in a parallel universe where you didn't choose your path the way you chose it? For example, you chose to travel, see the world, play. What if you stayed home and you focused solely on American football? Do you think you would end up differently?
I would be playing American football in the States.
Okay. In terms of a
but
professional level?
Yeah, definitely. As a professional level, the thing is, I've always wanted to travel. The world. I mean, not just the States. I've been to, numerous states, but I've always wanted to travel outside of America, especially coming from I've always wanted to be, if this is what's happening, I'm trying to do the opposite.
Right.
Where I'm from, a very small city, nobody leaves. Mm-hmm. Why isn't anyone leaving?
Yeah.
I'm going to test the waters. And so I've always wanted to travel the world, and what better way to do it than doing what I love.
Right.
So
how did you find the funds to leave the country to begin with?
Well, just so happens within the team that I played for, everything's accommodated, everything's taken care of. When I went to Copenhagen, I played for the Copenhagen Towers in 2019. As far as accommodation for flights and apartment, a few more accommodations as far as gym, insurance, all that.
Did you have a salary or something?
Salary as well, monthly. It was pretty decent, man.
Why would you come from Denmark to Serbia?
Denmark to Serbia. That's just how it is. I'm like a leaf in the wind, man. Wherever the wind blows I'm open. I would love to. I'm all about getting cultured. If they call me to go to Japan, I'll go to Japan. I'm for whatever, especially for the love of the game. Still doing what I love. I'm willing to travel wherever. So from Copenhagen to Serbia.
Right.
So coming off the ACL injury, everything was postponed. Germany was postponing their season, and Serbia reached out. Copenhagen Towers. I mean, Kragujevac Wild Boars. And
so wait, they reached out to you.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, Ash, listen, we saw you play.
Yeah.
We saw you play, and we need you."
I have a resume, my accomplishments, highlights, so forth. Right. And they reached out and he said, Kragujevac, Serbia.
Where is that?
I'm terrible with geography.
You're fine, bro.
I'm terrible. You know, I did my research. Oh, Balkan. Okay.
That's gonna be interesting.
Why not? Why not? So I'm like the total opposite. You know, my mother supports me 100%. You know, 100%. That's what you want to do. Follow your dream. I'll be behind you. I'm one phone call away, and signed and flew off to Serbia.
Man,
yeah.
The whole room went silent right now when you were like explaining that.
Yeah.
I kind of put myself in a bird's eye view perspective. Posmatrao sam stvari iz nekako ptičje perspektive, so we would say it in Serbian. I was trying to like imagine, you know, a 25, 6-year-old guy
roughly
just
at the time
going to the Balkans for the first time.
Yeah, man.
Holy Jesus. Cultural shock that you must have experienced.
Man, I'm like a chameleon, man. Like I'm telling, I can blend in with, well, not technically blend in, but
technically you'd be a stain.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I'm the least judgmental person. Like I'm willing to get cultured, to learn the language,
right?
So forth.
No racism intended. No. Please, I gotta say it every time I say it. Yeah. I said a stain.
It's all good, man.
You know what I'm trying to say.
No, I
like
understand.
You understand.
I use that.
Exactly.
I say, like, imagine a white canvas. I'm that. That little dot.
There we go.
That little dot
a little
on that
ink
canvas.
spill that happened. Exactly.
You know, so
but that's what makes the white canvas
I use that.
interesting.
I use
like
that.
If you see a white canvas, you see nothing, emptiness. If you see a white canvas with a black dot on it, I swear to God, you're going to focus on the black dot. That's the only thing you're going to see on it.
That's why I always have to make sure I'm the best version of myself.
Exactly, bro.
Because I know.
Exactly, bro.
That eyes will be, yeah.
All eyes on me.
All eyes on me.
Exactly. All eyes on me always, man.
Yeah, man.
Especially in Europe. State-wise, not so much, most likely, because you guys are used to that diversity. It's part of the culture now. But you travel to Europe and you see that.
I would say the biggest thing, man, was, as you said, like, how was it for me to come over? I would say the first time me ever getting on an international flight, like going to Copenhagen, that was probably the most, like, in my mind, like, what to expect.
Right.
You know, when I'd already experienced Copenhagen, going to Serbia, you know, I know, like, you know, that is Europe, you know, that is, you know, it's going to be a different place. But like the first time leaving my house to fly over to Europe, like that flight, I'm thinking in my head, like, what to expect. Yeah, and it was from the small cars to the, you know, the not being able to read the signs.
Hey, man, not everything is smaller here in Serbia, okay?
Right.
In Europe, like, we still got big things, okay? Don't you play on that game right now. Small cars, you know. What you trying to say, bro?
No, hey, but I enjoy it. I like it. I like it, man.
That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. You find your spot under the sun, you know.
Yeah.
We're welcoming, like I said, we welcome everybody. If we like you, we like you. We treat you as, you know, one of ours.
Absolutely.
But if we don't like you, you're gonna know.
Yeah.
You know what they say? They're not gonna know. They're gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
You're gonna know. Like that's how it goes here. So what's next, bro? I mean,
I'm just, you know, training every day, just waiting on a call. Just waiting on a call to figure out what's going to happen for the 2024 season. The future is bright, you know, like coming off of the season that we just had. 2024 will be bright. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see what comes up. I'm excited.
That's all that matters. You got any plans ahead of you? You most likely do. You told me you're in negotiations with something. Yeah, I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, I'm in negotiations, but you know, we'll keep you updated.
All right. Yeah. I mean, we follow each other on Instagram, so yeah, I'll see what's
definitely. We'll keep everyone updated on.
Sweet, man. So eventually, you know, one day I'm gonna be seeing you play. I mean, I'm not gonna say play the big league because I'm not really sure where the big league is in Europe, if that thing exists. Like in American football, we follow soccer, man. We're a soccer and tennis country, and basketball.
I understand.
We do. Like, if you tell me soccer, I know pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. Not really the players and stuff, but I know the rules. I know how the game works. If you tell me basketball, I'm gonna be like, I'm not really sure about some rules. if you tell me tennis, I've seen tennis too many times that I know certain rules. But for example, I don't know how many times you can call during the game, that eagle eye view to see if the landed or not. So I don't know like 100% of the rules. But if you say American football, I'd be like, yeah, what? I know quarterbacks.
I mean,
they throw the ball.
As far as like American football, like it's divisions as well. So I was playing in the first division. I think in Serbia there's 2 divisions.
We got 2 divisions.
First division and second division, actually. So
they got money to buy equipment in the second division. Sorry to interrupt you.
I have no idea. Wow. Probably not.
I don't play rugby in the second division. And you guys American
but
football.
Also I believe there's like 9-man.
A 9-man?
9-man.
What does that mean?
So normally, it's 11-on-11, but 9-man, it's just nine men on the field.
They don't have 11?
No.
2 red cards right off the bat? What? How do you play?
9-man. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. But they play still.
Yeah.
Love and passion.
So Europe, just in general, there's first division, second division. Throughout in Germany, there's like 7 divisions.
Oh.
I was second division. I had an opportunity to play for a first division in Germany, but I picked the second division over the first division because the second division had more money than the first division.
How's that possible?
I don't know.
They had a bigger desire to move on.
I guess it's just, I don't know, maybe location or something like that. Just investors, sponsors. But
right.
The second division was much more put together, I would say.
That's what you launder all the money. That's where you do all the dirty work. In the trenches.
Nah. But yeah, that's pretty much as far as rules. It's difficult, man.
What's the point of the game? Like, what's the
point of the game is to score.
How do you score?
To stop the other team from scoring.
How do you score?
How do you score?
You cross the line on the other side of the field.
There's an end zone. There's pie lines, which are the 4 rectangular objects that are, you gotta cross that line, and it's like a 10-yard.
Do you gotta cross it with the ball, or does your body just need to step over it?
The ball has to cross it. So your body,
the whole 100% of the ball, or just the tip of the ball?
Just the tip of the ball.
Okay.
Yeah. So the body doesn't have to, but as long as I can extend that ball across the pie line and score,
even if it's in half an inch, you guys score.
The game, and that's what we say. The game is a game of inches. So you have, long story short, you have 4 opportunities to go 10 yards. If you don't go those 10 yards in those 4 opportunities, it's a turnover. The other team gets the ball.
But wait, what if you get, let's say you use your 4th opportunity to pass 10 yards? Do you get 4 more?
If you successfully pass those 10 yards.
Only 10 yards?
Yeah, only 10
4
yards.
tries.
Only 10. It may sound like it, but that's what makes it the game of inches.
Right, I got you. Yo, this is some Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
you win by an inch or a mile. You win.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I can't imagine like the stress. How many yards? What's
100 yards?
Educate us. What is yard in terms of meters? How many?
Oh man, I have no idea.
Come on, I'm putting you on the spot.
But the distance of the football field is 100 yards.
How many? 100 yards.
100 yards.
And you guys start in the middle, 50-50, and who gets the first shot?
No, kickoff is from the previous
20,
40, 30, and they kick it off down the field. So
do they want to kick it off as far as they want to, or what's the point? Like kick it just in the middle?
Kick it. You want to?
Who kicks it? The home team.
It depends on the coin flip.
Oh, there's a coin flip that depends on.
Yeah, beginning of the game, there's a coin flip. You bring your captains, your leaders. I bring my leaders. We come to the middle, handshake.
There's an RNG element involved. Random number generator.
And flip the coin, and heads, tails. You prefer whether you want to receive the ball or you want to kick the ball.
What if you trying to catch the ball and it falls on the ground? Do they get to start from that?
If you muff, we call that muff. If you muff the ball and the other team receives it, then it's the other team's ball.
He kicks it, and your receiver doesn't catch it. It falls on the ground.
Does it touch his hands?
No, it just fell on the ground.
If
you can pick it up and keep rolling.
If it passes 10 yards, then you can pick it up. But if it doesn't pass 10 yards, there's also an onside kick. That's why I'm saying this.
Oh.
So on the onside kick, that's when you catches the other team off guard and you kick a small little kick so you can pick up the ball.
The ball bounces.
Yes.
I've seen that too, yeah.
Yes. So if it goes 10 yards, then they can recover the ball and it's their ball. But if it doesn't go 10 yards, then...
I mean, I feel like every kick goes after 10 yards, right?
Yeah, but onside kicks can fall a little short.
Okay.
Because you're trying to catch a team off.
Yeah.
But so it depends. There's also a punt where, like I said, you get 4 tries, and on that fourth try, you kick the ball because you don't want to take the chance.
Right.
So you'd rather pin the other team as far as back as you can. You know, understand?
I'm trying to like imagine everything. Listen, I'm very like on the rules.
Yeah, it's.
I'm trying to absorb it.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a sport that's not very familiar to me, and I feel like we just kill like a bunch of people watching.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's not for everybody, but if you're into it, you can try and read the rules, understand how it goes. Yeah. It's like trying to explain to me how Indians play that thing with like, you know, balls and like staffs. Like what?
But you wouldn't believe how American football is growing in Europe. It is.
I've seen a documentary on Netflix about that.
It is growing at an amazing rate, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, you know the Netflix documentary about a coach from Florida who brought their team into the first division and they won the nationals.
Where exactly? You know,
Netflix.
What was the team?
Florida Gators.
Oh, Gators. Okay. I thought you were talking about a team in Europe.
No.
Okay.
Florida Gators. Some coach. He was in the big leagues. He came down to coach Florida Gators. He brought him up. He told me that Southeastern Conference is like the strongest in the States in terms of American football.
Yeah, man. We're top tier. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like where I went to high school, that's what we breed. We breed American football.
Exactly. It's like a thing there.
Yeah, like I said, we only have 5,000 people in my city that I'm from. More than half of those people will be at the game.
There we go.
Yeah. Ooh, so it's beautiful.
And you guys got a stadium and everything.
Nice stadium. It's beautiful.
Right. And we got you know, soccer in our city. We got Radnički Kragujevac. Every time there's a game, there's like 2,000-3,000 people watching the game. Yeah. That's sad. But at the same time, this city doesn't really care about sport. That's why this podcast is here, to educate everybody and try to explain to people, not explain, but like try to bring people closer to sports. My whole purpose, my whole point of this podcast is not just, you know, bring cool people who are going to tell me great stories. Yeah. That's, you know, one of the things that I get with it. Right. But I'm trying to spread that social responsibility where not only do you have to talk about sport and promote sport and good values of it, but you got to live it as well a little bit. These generations, man, they're fluffy. Fluffy is like the kindest word I can use right now. I'm not trying to insult anybody.
I understand.
You see how they've grown. Remember your upbringing. I do remember mine. I feel like we are differently forged than these generations today. Like the main difference being they're very fluffy. Again, I'm not going to try to insult nobody. They're like very hypersensitive. They're weird. They don't know where they belong. They don't have this sense of, you know, I'm being attributed to something. They don't have it. And then when it comes to sports, back in my days, when we were going to the gym, bro, we had a gym class. You'd be jumping over that. You know, how do you call that thing that you jump with two hands? It looks like a pony. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. We did rings. Yeah. We did rope climbing. Mm-hmm. We did those it's not pull-ups, but it's like a bar that you have to cross to the other side. Like we did some crazy things, man. And I was like, 6th grade? And I remember like our gym class was badass. But if I look at a gym class today, I'm like, people don't go to it. Oh, they're like, oh shit, we got a 45-minute break because gym class is next. What? I used to carry my own equipment for gym class. Yeah. Different socks, different sneakers, shorts, two t-shirts. You had to, man. You had to. It was a different time. They would force you to bring all that so you can come to the gym class and be like, 45 minutes of sweating. Yeah. But, it's going to make me into a runner. It's going to make me into a player. It's going to make me into a sports guy one day. If you do that 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you end up doing that 8 years. You know when you do something 3 times a week for 52 weeks a year?
You know what I call that? Consistent.
I call that starting of consistency. Exactly.
Consistency.
I read an article maybe like 2 days ago where they said going to the gym once a week, just once a week, is 50 times better than going to the gym, let's say, every once in a while.
I mean,
because people go once or twice and they stop. Hey man, I got nothing to go to the gym with. It's boring. I'm alone. It's repetitive. I'm doing the same exercises. But then I see you on Instagram, and you're putting in the work every day. You're putting in the work.
Trying to be consistent. Most importantly, it's great for physically, but it's even better mentally. You know what I mean? Mentally preparing yourself for, those day in and day out, those days that you don't want to get up to go train, but still getting up and, being accountable, and going through that grind, your own grind. My grind is my grind, whoever's grind is their grind, but being consistent with that. That makes a difference.
That's what I love. I got an alarm clock on my phone that I recorded. I recorded with some epic music in the background. I made my own alarm tone.
Ah.
It starts with today is the day you're going to make things great. Today is the day you're going to make a change. It starts by simply leaving your bed.
I like that.
Get up. Claim your day.
I like that.
Today is the day you're going to do great things. Today is the day you're going to be thankful that you're alive. But best of all, and no matter all, today is the day you're going to enjoy. So get up. Get out of your bed. Let's make great things together.
It's not easy, man. I mean, I'll say that to myself. It's not easy.
It's never easy.
But you have to love. You got to love the grind. Love the consistency.
And that's the hardest part, I guess.
It is. It is. For me, I just got to get there. If I can get there, the work is done.
I'm sorry, did you just shake the table or was it like a semi-earthquake?
I think it was maybe a little leg, it was a little leg.
Okay, I'm like, what's going on? Do we have an earthquake right now? It was a leg. Oi, there's a lot of earthquakes in between Kraljevo, and
I felt one in KG maybe about 2 years ago.
I felt one last week.
Wow.
They're very often now in the past. If you look in the past 3 months, there's 20 earthquakes. And they're all just like this one, like a small shiver.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Exactly. So now I felt wait, what? I'm shaking now? It was you. Okay, man.
Izvini, brate.
Jel vidiš ti to, brate? Jel vidiš ti to? Ma on zna. Ajmo, bre, na srpski da pričamo lepo ko ljudi, brate. Možemo na srpsku?
Pa može malo. Samo malo, bre.
Ali samo malo. I'm trying to explain the same thing. You gotta love what you do, but you hate what you do. You see, I started doing these obstacle course racings, and I'm trying to promote them every each of mine podcasts.
I respect it, man. I see. I've been watching. Trust me.
Just a little fat kid trying to make it, man.
Nah, I've been watching.
You don't let it pull it down.
I've been watching.
And I thank you. Oh,
great, man.
I'm watching you. No, but seriously, I'm built different, both physically and mentally. Physically, I'm at a huge disadvantage because I let go of my body for about 10 years. But mentally, I think I have what a lot of people don't. So I never give up. And maybe that's what's, taking me to these obstacle course races. On the grind, every day, no matter what I do, I remember the things I do it for.
Yeah.
My main goal is not to be the best racer. My main goal is not to finish every single race. My main goal is not to have 100 races behind me. No. My main goal is to do what I can, complete as many races as I can, while presenting a figure of myself to people around me. So that when you come see me, you know what I did. But not for myself, but for people around me, for my community, for my city, for my state, for my country, for my people.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to spread this energy. I'm trying to spread this positive disease that is sports. people are going to extend their lives by at least 10, 15, 20 years. Natural life, just by doing sport, by staying healthier, by getting rid of 1, gram of weed a day or whatever they're doing. Like some, there's a lot of drugs going on, man. Wherever you look, there's just like a lot of drugs going on. And,
the internet, man,
it's given us and it's taken its toll as well. It's like you have everything in the palm of your hand, but the palm of your hand is not your hand anymore.
Yeah.
So you're eating from somebody else's hand now. They're feeding you both the information and in reality, So the internet is the best and the worst thing that happened to the world. Think about it for a second. I mean, it's a lingering effect of, it hurts.
That's true.
So what, in the past couple of years, Serbia, small country. I think you heard from 4 OCRs, or maybe we talked about it and I mentioned something.
Did you know that Serbia is a little bit smaller than South Carolina?
Than the whole South Carolina?
The whole South Carolina.
We are smaller?
A little bit.
Like geographically? Holy shit.
Isn't that crazy?
Let's just ignore the fact that I asked you a question. You didn't reply. You just changed
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
You're
fine. But I like this better. You'll like this better. I'll come back to the OCRs. There's like, 50 states, physical states?
50.
I'm not talking about Hawaii and Puerto Rico, which is not even American, whatever, but I'm not going to insult people in the States listening. Is it 49, 50? And then just one of them is larger than Serbia. And South Carolina is not even that big,
They compared, like when I looked it up, they compared Serbia geographically to the size of South Carolina.
I mean, South Carolina I feel like Georgia's bigger.
Definitely.
I feel like Texas is
we're
huge.
definitely not in the top 20, I would say, as far as size.
But still larger than, wow. You see, that's a big wow.
Yeah.
And that's still part of America. When people say states, there's a lot of people here in Serbia who don't understand how states work in America.
Little countries.
Countries within a country.
Yeah, little
It's like how do I explain it? Vojvodina, Kosovo. Kosovo.
Well, basically,
Kosovo, not so much, but still,
Kosovo, Serbia.
Exactly. There we go. See, What did you say? Say that again, please.
Kosovo, Serbia.
No. Slowly. Kosovo, yeah.
Kosovo, yeah. Serbia.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe i pošalji svakom prijatelju da čuje ovo. They're gonna bully you for this, just so you know.
I know.
We don't care.
No.
We don't care. It is Serbia. I don't care what geography says, man. There's been generations of people raised on Kosovo. 100% of my family's heritage is from Kosovo. 100%. Both my mom's and my dad's side, 100%.
Wow.
So I feel like I belong there. I got land there. Like there's like a parchment with my family's name on it. We own land there, which my ancestors owned, lived on, were raised on. But we've come to the point where politics has ruined everything. And I said a million times, I'm not going to talk about politics in my podcast because there's no place for corruption and negativity here.
Absolutely.
But I have my own mind and my own thoughts on Kosovo. It's always going to be part of Serbia. I don't care what people say.
Freedom of speech.
If they take it politically, take it. It's going to be taken away eventually. Like, Serbia cannot do anything to NATO or all these, foreign forces. But if you ask the people, it's always going to be Serbia. A lot of us were born. A lot of us were raised. A lot of us come from Kosovo. It's like taking, Jerusalem to the people who live there. Be like, that's my sacred land. Mm. That's where my people come from. That's what, you cannot do that. And they'd be like, yeah, well, we can. That's what's happening right now. They can. And it's just a tug of war, basically. Pulling back and forth right now. That's it. Yeah. So back to South Carolina. Yeah. Where's your Kosovo in South Carolina? What's your Kosovo? What's your sacred land?
South Carolina?
Don't say Africa, please.
South Carolina? Like, what do you mean by sacred land?
Like, where's your sacred land? Do you feel connected to any part of land to say, hey, man, listen, I feel like this is my home or my family's?
I guess where I'm from, Abbeville.
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 Is your family born and raised there? Like a second, third generation?
Yeah, as far as I know. Yeah, mostly just Abbeville.
Does your grandma ever talk about it times before? She's seen shit, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But not really. Just as much as I know is Abbeville. I have some family up in Philadelphia as well, but that's not. Pretty much everything started in Abbeville, and people.
It's a beautiful name, Abbey.
Abbeville. Abbeville. Yeah.
It's a beautiful name, though.
Abbeville. First one when you look up all the states, alphabetically, Abbeville's first.
ABB.
Yeah, it's,
exactly.
Doesn't get any.
Yeah. I'm thinking like, yeah, but there's a couple places in Georgia. They start with A, Alpharetta, Atlanta, but they're like, oh, A. Albany, Georgia as well. Yeah. But it's an ALB.
Yeah.
You guys have ABB. So it's like at the very top.
Very top. Yeah.
Unless there's a city with ABA. I was gonna say Albuquerque, but there's an L in between.
Yeah. It doesn't get any higher on the
right. And then at the same time, growing up must have been very what was it, like a countryside?
It was great, man. Like I'm deep in the country. Like I'm deep countryside.
Did you guys like work on the land? What are we talking about here?
So
do you have cows, chickens?
No, we don't have any. I have a dog.
You have no idea what country, bro. I'm deep country, bro. Yeah, I've never saw a chicken, man. This guy just, camera guy just gave me 10 eggs, bro.
Chop wood, of course, for the fire on the inside. But
we do that in the cities right here, right?
Oh, yeah, that is actually.
They chop wood like every second household that I see. They chop wood.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
and we got parts of Kragujevac that got chicken, bro, and cows, and I'm not even supposed to say this. That's illegal, but. That's shit how it works, man. You got cows and chicken all over the place, man.
They're like 14 hunting dogs.
They got sheep. Just as soon as you leave, like go towards Bukurovac or like, just outside of city, man. Like we're talking a kilometer outside of city. When you pass Bresnica and you go towards, let's say, Bukurovac, it's like a kilometer away. You can see sheep, bro, on the street.
Yeah, man.
Sheep. It's like 20 sheep and a guy just, taking them. I was like, hey, Jesus, what's going on, bro?
I love the tractors.
Exactly. And how many times have you ever seen a tractor carrying like a big pig or something, or a big cow, or where that cow is going? I mean, it's a one-way street, but still, like you don't see a lot of that.
No,
anywhere else.
Cultures are it's totally different.
Did that cultural shock, like, did it impact your life whatsoever?
Not really. I just, as far as the culture shock, I just indulge in it. Like I want to absorb every bit of it. There's no judgment zone. This is what's going on. I will enjoy it. I will acknowledge it, learn it, and just take it in.
I got you. Did you ever have like one of those moments where somebody was bothering you to the point where you didn't feel comfortable in Serbia?
I mean, I've had my fair share of situations, run-ins, and stuff like that.
You did,
but like for me, I'm just such a positive person. No matter what the situation was or how bad the situation might have turned out. She sees what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Did you have a fight? Did you ever have a fight in Serbia?
No. Not physically.
So it always stopped before the fight.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what counts. That's what counts.
I mean,
we are known to, get into a fight super easy. Super easy. Especially with strangers.
I'm not going to speak too much, but
no need to go into details.
A player who played here in Serbia, he had went out maybe a night before we were supposed to play against them. And I guess he went out to the club or something and got hit over the head with a bottle. Couldn't play the next day.
Exactly.
And had to get stitches. And so, it also depends on the person, as far as escalation and all that type of stuff. If I would have met the energy how the energy was brought towards me, then it could have went there, you know. But me being the person that I am, I wouldn't call myself shying away from the situation. It's just doing what's better, you know.
And you're like 160 centimeters. The bottle couldn't hit you even if it wanted to. Like he's throwing like a
he was shorter.
So no, but like, hey, listen, pays off.
177. 177.
Now, jokes aside, man.
Still 7 that's a 7.
Still, it's true. But still a lot better, man. I like that. I like that, man. But the positivity, man. I'm just happy that you never had any trouble with the locals, man.
No, man.
They embraced you quickly.
And this is the thing, though. Like, it all depends on the insight of the person.
Right.
You know, someone with a negative insight, I always have bad experiences, man. I always run into people always looking at me. Everything's okay. Everything's golden. Always positive. Everything's golden.
But they got no idea the hell you're going through every day. They don't know that you are basically paid to survive. Yeah. That you're, oh my God, bro. I'm just thinking about it. Just gives me the shivers, man. Like somebody would bring you.
I wouldn't trade it though, man. I wouldn't trade it.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't trade it. No. I wouldn't trade it.
So you're happy as it is?
Happy. I'm happy. Happy where I am.
That's all that counts.
My family loves me, you know. They support me, most importantly. And, you know, I'm doing what I love. So with those things, and also, you know, I have God in my corner, you know. So with all of that being said, I can't be any happier. Can't be in a better place. Really.
Listen. Slušaj dobro, ti tamo, slušaj dobro. Veruj u Boga. Believe in God. That's the first thing.
Absolutely.
Family. Maybe family is the first thing. But I mean, you know, some people don't want to put God in second place, and I respect that. But family and God. Vera u Boga, porodica, ljubav, respect, poštovanje. Holy Trinity.
Yes.
Family, God, and respect. To je to. And whatever you do, wherever you go, you're always going to be happy if you have those three. Yeah. Because you attract what you are. Yeah. You're not going to attract assholes. You're not going to attract negative people in your life. Yeah. They're always going to be there in the background. But just like the canvas, if it's white, you got to paint it black a little bit. You got to leave a dot, man. You got to be the change.
Oh, man. I forgot exactly what I was going to say.
That's fine. Say something else.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put you on the spot. You're fine, bro. If you remember what you wanted, if you had something beautiful that you wanted to share,
it was pretty nice too.
Where is it going? Get it back.
Right, that's true.
Say something else nice. Hi, Mom. Hey, listen, that's nice.
It'll come back.
I always tell my mom, I love you. My mom for me is like God, mother, 25,000 empty places, everybody else.
My mom is my everything. Man.
Exactly. See, that was nice.
My everything, yeah.
That was nice.
I swear. So
people need to be nicer, you know, when they talk and when they share any kind of advice to anybody. It's like you cannot give me an advice if you're gonna come from a standing point where you don't believe in God, you don't own a family, or you don't love a family, and you respect nobody who doesn't deserve it. What kind of advice is that gonna be? It's going to be a TikTok advice. Hey, look, I saw a video on TikTok. Right. That's how I'm going to, portray it. I don't believe in it.
Right.
Because my filters are super, super fat. Not only physically, as you can see.
Stop it, bro.
But also, like, what I do in life. My social media, my YouTube channel. Not this one, but my private one. I have fat filters. So, like, I don't listen to shit that I'm not interested in. You're not going to see anything politically involved on my YouTube or my social media. I don't own a TikTok account. I created a TikTok just to post reels and something promotional of my podcast. That's about it. I don't scroll Instagram all day long. I have a friend who sends me videos and memes every day. Yeah. I got 2 of those.
That's a good friend.
I wake up every morning. That's a good friend.
That's a good friend.
Veliki pozdrav za mojeg brata Nenada Mićevića koji je bio ovdje jednom prilikom. My friend Nenad Mićević, he was here in the studio a couple of episodes back. He's the guy sending me memes and reels and all that. So that's a good friend, man.
Tough.
That's a good friend. And I got plenty of friends who don't send me memes, and I don't love them less for that.
Right.
But you know, there's a role in your life for every friend.
Right.
Some people fill they click many different roles. Like I was telling ones that if I got married today, I wouldn't be able to pick a godfather. My kum.
Wow.
You know what's kum?
Like best
man. Who's gonna be my best man? Who's gonna, take my kids to baptism? Stuff like that. I couldn't pick it. I got a couple of people. I got more than 5 people.
That's good, man.
That I love and respect equally. And a couple of years back, 5 years ago, maybe 6, I was like, shit, man. If I were to get married today, I wouldn't have anybody to call to be my best man. And I was always thinking, like, who am I going to call? Who's it going to be for me? But then at the same time, I always knew that God has a plan for me. And my role in this ecosystem is just my own. So everything's going to be, I got to create my own path, and things are going to fall in front of me. And whatever it takes, I'm going to push through. That's who I am. And if I have to jump over 50 obstacles, if I have to, climb over a rope, if I have to climb a mountain, if I have to dive under the ocean, I'll do it, bro. If I got to go to outer space, I'll do it.
As it has, as it will.
As it will, exactly. I'm not scared to do it. I know my own path is different. But I'll make the most out of it. Definitely. If God gives me health and I live long enough to do it. I know that one day we're all going to die. I'm very, very aware of death. And that it's going to bring us all to the same level. We're all going to die.
Yeah.
2 generations from today, nobody's going to talk about me, what I did, who I was, my apartment that I live in. Another person's going to live in it, or they're going to, crush it down, build a new complex. The car that I'm driving is going to be somewhere at the scrapyard in the next couple of years. My family will be dead. So what's the whole point of stressing about things that you cannot change? You can try, but don't stress about it if you fail. Because at the end of the day, you contributed yours, you did what you could, and you gave your heart out. And that's all that matters. What comes after is after. There we go.
Live your purpose.
You live your purpose.
I'm going to live mine.
What do you think is your calling?
My calling.
Not with a U, not calling. Your calling.
Calling, yeah.
Yeah, I said not calling. Calling. With an A, not with a U.
What did I say?
No, I made a pun.
Oh, sorry.
Forget about it. I'm stupid. Exactly.
No, it went over my head.
Have you ever thought about it?
I love to give what I know to the youth. So you
want to be a coach of some sort, like an influencer coach, like a life coach, or are we talking like a coach, physical touch?
Every kind of way that I can help, right. Whether it's life, whether it's on the field. It doesn't have to just be on the field. Yes, I could do that, but off the field as well. I work at a children's home back home.
Okay.
I've been doing that since I graduated college, so 5.5 years now. And just being there for those kids, there's no sports involved, but just being there and being that positivity that they're needing throughout their breakthrough is, I enjoy that. I think that's my calling. Just to
pass it on. That's good, man.
To motivate, try to inspire, because everybody has their dark, even in their dark times, I may be in the light, but I'm also helping myself as well. Right. It helps me helping others.
Right. Help me help you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a noble calling. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
It takes guts, man. It takes guts to come clean and say, hey, listen, man, I want to pass on, not my knowledge, but I want to try and influence other people's lives by sharing my story, by sharing my life, by sharing who I am, what I have, and it takes guts to present yourself to the world like that, because people are going to see you and be like, hey, who do you think you are?
Okay. Wow, you brought it back to me. So what I was going to say was, if you're not doing something right, you don't have haters. But if you're doing something right, you have something going, there will always be some haters in the back. I always remember that. You can't make everyone happy. That's what I had to say.
Hey, I told
you brought it back.
I told you
you brought it back.
It always comes back.
You brought it back.
It was nice, man. I met my first hater. I didn't meet her. I had an encounter with my first hater. My whole podcast, everything that I was doing. So I got one hater, which means I'm starting to do something right. Cheers to that hater.
Really?
Osobi koja je hejtovala i mene i moj podcast i koja je ispričala par stvari. Znaš ko si, znam da gledaš. Samo nas gledaj.
So how was that encounter? Wasn't an encounter? Or?
No, not physically, virtually, of course, but she had a few things to say about my podcast. The way, who am I to talk about this? Like, who the fuck are you, man? What did you do to talk about this? How dare you talk about things that you don't understand? How dare you talk about them like you're a pro?
Are you paying for this podcast? Like that's what I would ask her. Like, are you
I mean, at the same time, I don't want to bring that argument who's paying for it, because again, if I'm paying for it, does that give me the right to talk whatever I want? No, not really. Yes, I can. But since I'm trying to create a community here where it's not only talk, it's like you're trying to influence something into happening. I'm trying to start a movement here about sports and healthy life. But I'm not only promoting that by talking about it. I'm going to races.
Right.
I run every often.
Right.
I go to the gym every often. I've run half, 1/4 of a marathon on the 1st of October. I never ran before. So I'm trying to support both locally and, nationally sport. I've been branded an ambassador of Ultimate OCR, which is happening in March.
Svaka čast.
Thank you, brate. And hvala ekipi Ultimate OCR-a koja je prepoznala u meni nešto što neki drugi nisu i što su me pozvali da budem ambasador njihovog brenda. Ljudi, hvala vam na tome i nadam se da ću uspjeti da popunim te cipele, što se tako kaže, i da budem pravi ambasador vašeg Ultimate OCR-a, ne samo svojim prisustvom, već i energijom koju delim i uticajem na druge ljude i napravit ćemo lepu priču. Znači, Ultimate OCR, the name says it everything. Beograd, mart mesec. Okay. In March in Belgrade, and then the second one is going to be next year, maybe October. They're doing 2 OCRs. They're planning great things, but I'm not allowed to say a lot. So let the time reveal it. Yeah, but absolutely. As of right now, we have one in March happening. Okay. I believe it's the 28th of March.
Still got a little time.
If you're in March, by then, you let me know, bro. I'll hook you up, and I would love to see you experience your first Ultimate.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Or OCR.
Like I told you before, I would love to experience it. Not totally sure on, where my location will be, because normally seasons start in February or so. So
okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
There's plenty of races going on.
Okay.
Sounds so good. If you ever come back to Serbia, or if you want to do a race or something, and you're here for like a month, hit me up.
I'll always be back.
I'll let you know how many races we got this month, and I'll hook you up with somebody somewhere so you can join us with a race. Man. And it's a real test. Not only your physical capabilities, not only your stamina, not only your endurance, mental fortitude. It's gonna break you down.
That's what I love about it, man.
It's like you're gonna see 3-4 obstacles in a way.
I love that.
And then you're gonna climb a rope, and then you're gonna see like a half a mountain that you gotta climb on.
I love that. Mostly everything is 80% mental, 20% physical.
That's why I made it, bro. That's why I do all of these things.
Literally.
Well, I mean,
80% mental.
Yes, sir.
20% physical.
Yes, sir.
The body can only go as far as the brain will take you.
Exactly. I kept saying to my body when it wanted to give up. It wanted to give up so many times. It just doesn't work anymore. My legs don't work. My thighs are just saying, your hips, your thighs, you got me hypnotized. No, not the song though. But like, they're dead. They don't work no more. They don't work. And I keep I keep punching my muscles, just send electricity through it. And I say to my brain, you can hear me, like people walk next to me and they hear me talk to myself. And I'm like, I don't care. Get it done.
Did you know the smartest people in the world talk to themselves?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah.
They talk to themselves.
Fun fact. Smartest people in the world find themselves talking to themselves. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta start. I should learn from that and start talking to myself a little bit more often. Not only when I'm in the darkest places.
You know, people think, oh man, he's talking to himself, you know.
Weirdo.
Right. No, but yeah.
I mean, bro, I was in the middle of a jungle, in the middle of a mountain, in the middle of whatever. And I was just talking to myself and saying, come on, I don't care. I don't care.
Like what?
Get it done.
Like what do the events, what do they consist of? Like what all kind
You got to do like 25, 30 obstacles, different kind of obstacles, from climbing a rope to like climbing a 5-meter wall.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How long does
until you finish 12 or 21
what's the
kilometers.
Range of how long the event
So most of these
take?
races got two types of distances, 21 and 12 kilometers.
Man.
It's like 7 miles and like 14 miles.
Like how long will it take to complete? That's what I'm saying.
Well, that depends how good you are, bro.
Like what's the range
The
of
best
that?
ones, they finish at an hour 10, hour 20. The short race, the long race, they do about 2 hours, 2 hours 15, 20. Wow. They're crazy, bro. They're crazy. You should see these people,
I respect
man.
it. I respect it. I really love to
They
hear
fly.
it.
They fly. They do like,
I'm interested.
with obstacles and everything, they manage to have a passing time over like 4.5, 5 minutes per kilometer. Wow. With obstacles and everything, with mountains, with climbing, with up, with down, up the hill, down the hill. Doesn't matter.
That's amazing, man.
Now look at me. It takes me like 2.5, 3 hours to finish 12 kilometers.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, come on. But then these people are flying, bro. But they're super athletes.
I mean, I look at it as just like life. You know what I mean? It's not a sprint, man. It's a marathon.
Exactly. And these people,
It's a marathon.
they know who they are. They don't think they're special. That's the best part about it. They're like, yeah, man, but you know, I'm just doing athletics for the past 20 years. I'm nothing special. But then he goes to the obstacle course race and he breaks the whole place apart.
Man.
By setting some crazy record, man. Like, you see people crossing the finish line, myself included. Body and soul are not synchronized. Like, you gotta update your system, bro. You're out of sync.
I know.
The body comes and the soul comes in about 45 minutes. And then the two connect and you're like, holy shit, what happened?
How many races have you competed?
This year I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Last year I did only 2 of them. Just to, test the waters. I was super heavy. I was super heavy.
Next year, what's your goal?
About 30.
30. Yeah. About 2, 3 a month.
January, February, nothing. March, 1. April, 2. May is like 4 or 5.
In the heat of the moment.
June is like 3. July is like 3 or 5. August is like 4. September is like 3 or 4. October is like 3 or 4. November is like 5.
So basically you have like 3-4 months to prepare yourself for this.
They asked me at the interview, I was like, how are you preparing for all this? I was like, as you can see, I'm not preparing. As you can see, I am not preparing myself. I go to the gym every day. Not every day. I go 3 times a week. That's enough. Sometimes 4.
That's more than plenty.
I do the classic.
That's more than plenty.
Your back and your biceps, your back and your shoulders. You do your front and your biceps, triceps, whatever, and you do your legs. And I try to do ab workouts at every single routine, and I do some running on the side. In January, I have joined the club that is running 150 kilometers in January alone. It's a club that's using Strava app. They're called KTG, KTG.
Okay.
And they collect kilometers and sell them to companies. They sell data, and they use the money they give the money to kids who are sick and need money for operations.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Yeah. So our plan is to collect like 500,000 maybe for January, from 200K upward.
Ever.
Yes. So like whoever wants to donate, kogo će da donira, you guys have a link right below the page. Imate link ispod YouTube kanala, ispod ovog podcasta. You guys can donate. I mean, one SMS, you know, it doesn't really mean much to you, but it can, you know, it groups up, it adds up. You can save somebody's life and send somebody's kid.
That's nice, man.
Give them an opportunity to live. I've never run more than 40, 50 kilometers in 1 month. I got to do 150. I swear to God, I'm going to do it. If I break both of my legs, I'll drag myself and do it every day.
For a good cause. For a great cause.
For a great cause. And that's how I start my year. And I plan to finish the year next year in Sparta.
Greece. I love what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks for having me, man.
You're welcome to join, bro. You're welcome to join. Listen, man, come on. You're going to Germany next year. They got obstacle course races in Germany. You just got to look it up, bro. I guarantee you, bro. Wow. I guarantee you. Maybe they do a Spartan race in Germany. Spartan race is like the ultimate OCR.
Spartan race. It sounds...
3 races in 2 days. The first day is 6 kilometers with about 22 obstacles. And then as soon as you finish, you got 2 hours in between. Then you start 12 kilometers with 29 obstacles. Tomorrow morning, you do Beast, 21 kilometers for about 35 obstacles.
21 kilometers.
It's always more than that. So the first race is not 6, it's always 7.5. The second one is not 12, it's like 13, 14. The Beast is like 23, 24 kilometers always. 2 days, and you win the trifecta. The trifecta is 3 pieces of the medal. And you qualify for the World Championship in Sparta.
That's nice, man.
And then you do in Sparta, and you do all of that, and you're officially a Spartan. And that is something that nobody can take away from you. Wow. That's the dream for next year. We'll see.
I support, man. I'm behind you.
Like, share, and subscribe. You will stay with the journey, man. That's all I got to say, man. Hopefully. So hopefully one day I can get you, if you have a week's time, 2 weeks' time, if you're in Serbia doing nothing and you want to, you know, just test yourself.
That would be amazing, man. That would be amazing.
We can go together to the event.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you do you at the race, man. You're not going to wait for me. You're going to do you, man. Do you, do the race, see where you know, see where you stand, see how you feel. Because once you cross that finish line, it's a whole different story. Like your life changes. Yeah, I've been telling this story a lot of the time now. The moment I crossed my first finish line ever, my life changed. I just see myself differently. I know what I'm made of now.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, the stories where your parents or whoever in life told you that, come on, you're destined for great things. Yeah. It's like, yeah, but what is great things? You never know.
Even if
what's that?
Even if they didn't see it, even if I didn't see it, you're destined for great things.
Right. I remember my favorite TV show is Spartacus.
Spartacus.
Yeah, Spartacus, the gladiator in Rome, who, you know, rebelled against his house owner and, you know, started a rebellion to free the gladiators. In the TV show, his wife tells him at the beginning, you're destined for great and unfortunate things.
Great and unfortunate.
Great and unfortunate. And if you put that into perspective, you will see that once you start doing great things, once you start making a change in the world, you're going to end up tragically. Take history as an example.
It comes.
Take every single person who made a change. How did they end up? Take Martin Luther King, for example.
Wow.
Great, but unfortunate things.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm just destined for great things.
Yeah.
But again, if unfortunate comes with it, hey, listen.
Yeah.
The world's going to at least remember me.
It's the world, man.
I mean, I'd like to be remembered. Not as the guy who was, you know, fat guy behind a microphone, as I like to call myself, but I like to be remembered as the guy who tried and the guy who succeeded in, you know, waking up. Absolutely. Waking up the people, waking up the country, waking up the youth, saving youth from drugs and alcohol and whatnot. I swear to God, once I start making money out of this, I'm going to be giving away money to people who give up drugs. I swear to God.
Awesome, man.
It's like, you told me you're done with drugs. You sign up for, we'll make something.
Yeah.
You sign up for this, like a cleaning program, whatever, cleansing, whatever you want to clean. I'll give you money, bro.
Awesome, man. My best friend, he was an addict. Went to jail, did his 2 years. And I didn't know. You know, I was overseas, you know, and my cousin had told me the news. And, you know, he was behind bars, you know, grew up together, great friend, you know, and just to see him, you know, deteriorate, you know, it was sickening, man. Like, great person, you know, but what he was doing wasn't. So hopefully now I honestly haven't spoke with him within probably the last 3 months or so. You know, so I need to reach out. That brought me to mind that I need to reach out to him and, you know, see how he is, because I know how easy it is to, especially doing time and coming back into the same reality. You know, it's easy to go back to those people where you came from, than start a new beginning.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
You know, so I need to speak with him.
Listen, people are lost, and the best solace they can find is in you know, hope of their friends and family and loved ones, and it's never easy.
And
it's never easy.
That you said about friends and family. His family is within that.
Right. Within that circle.
Yes. So it's tough. It's tough for him. You know, so I definitely, once we're off air, I'm definitely today I'm gonna reach out to him as I should. Today,
take this as a sign. Take this as a message.
True.
Say, like,
as I should. I will.
There should be a reason.
I will.
There should be a reason.
I will reach out to him.
Do that, bro. So I hope you, from the studio today, that you know, bring something more than just, you know, I had a good time. But if you come out of the studio today and you tell me, hey, bro, thank you. You made me reconsider. You made me think about my decisions in life or where I'm doing whatever it is. If you make one positive change in your life, bro, I'm happy.
Absolutely,
I'll be happy.
Man.
And I'll call this a success 1,000%.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Today, it just definitely opens me up. It just stay consistent.
Yeah. Message of the day.
Stay consistent. You know, whatever you're doing, whether it's your 9-to-5 job, whether it's, you know, waking up every morning, getting that hour in at the gym, you know, no matter what it is, stay consistent.
Yes, sir. Keep the grind alive.
Keep the grind.
I respect that, man. Thank you for sharing that as, you know, closing moment. If you had one wish, man, what would it be?
One wish. Wow. One wish. You got me.
I get everybody, bro. Everybody is like, my life is so perfect.
One wish. Man.
What would you wish for, bro? Come on top of your head, man. The genie's gone, bro. He's bored. Like, he's like, this guy wants no wishes, man.
One wish. Probably bring my grandfather back.
Bring the grandpa back.
Bring grandpa back.
Okay, man. Listen, that's a beautiful wish. Would he God forbid, would he come back old or young, or like, what are we talking about here?
So he passed when I was 6.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have time to spend with him as much as you wanted, maybe.
Let him see, I guess, the man who I am today.
Gotcha,
so he wouldn't be
beautiful,
too old.
beautiful,
maybe like 80.
Beautiful.
Pretty old, though, but just let him see the man who I am today.
I got you. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. It was worth the wait.
Yeah.
For the answer. Thank you for being here today, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for sharing this beautiful story with me, for, you know, showing me a little bit more about yourself, for showing me what you're made of, who you are. And it's not every day you meet a black guy in Serbia that you can, you know, talk to and have a beautiful moment with. Dame i gospodo, svima koji gledate, nadam se da ste razumeli, imat ćete titlove ispod cijele epizode, i ako nemate titlove, come on, it's English. We all know English, right? Hvala vam što ste bili s nama i ovoga petka. Imamo još par epizoda do kraja sezone i onda se nastavimo u jako sledeću godinu. Ostavite komentare kako vam se čini Ashton, zapratite ga na socijalnim mrežama, njegov link će biti ispod u kanalu i to je to. Vidimo se nekog sledećeg petka sa nekim novim gostima, nekim novim ljudima, a do tada radite na sebi, volite volite Boga, volite svoju porodicu, poštujte sebe i poštujte druge. Vidimo se.
Vidimo se.
Vidimo se.